I really need the art community online to realize that all of these big creators that we admire, like Rossdraws and Josh, are just people at the end of the day running an online business. It's never worth putting them on a pedestal. And sure, we should be holding these big artists and content creators accountable for their behavior, but at the same time, as an audience, we need to realize that these people only have the platform that they do because of us, because of the time and the attention that we give them. The expectations we have of them are also part of the problem. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sia. I am a storyboard artist working in the animation industry. Here on my channel, I like to talk about animation industry news, commentary. Sometimes I'll comment on online drama that's going on within the art community. I also like to talk about my own experience as a professional artist and giving people advice on how they can do the same. Before I get into the meat and potatoes of the video, I'm gonna plug my Discord community real quick. If you're interested in learning art, animation, and storyboarding, I have a Discord that I run where I do weekly streams. I give people homework assignments. I also have a personalized one-on-one mentorship starting at just $20 a month. So if you're interested, the link is going to be in the description box down below. This isn't a drama video. This is not a call-out video. I'm not trying to cancel Rossdraws or Josh or anyone involved in recent controversies in the art community. There are many other creators online that do a much better, much more thorough job of recounting all of this drama than I ever could, so I highly recommend watching some of their videos. I only want to use all of this recent drama and controversy as a teaching moment for all of us. You know, these controversies don't really happen in any sort of vacuum. They're a reflection of what is a much bigger issue in the art community, in my opinion, and that is the way we put these creators on a pedestal and, I'm sorry to say, the unrealistic expectations that we have of them. We need to remember that, yes, these artists come off as very authentic online, but content creation is a business. Their videos, their streams, their courses, their personas online, they're all a mix of, occasion and entertainment, and there is that veneer of authenticity and transparency with a lot of these creators because they're very personable and charismatic, but at the end of the day, their online personas are also their livelihood. Yes, they are people being authentic on the internet, but they're also small businesses selling an image, a brand, sometimes a lifestyle. Everyone I mentioned in this video is an absolutely phenomenal artist. I am not trying to discount that at all. They are amazing artists who are also small businesses selling an image, a brand, a lifestyle. That doesn't mean they're immune from criticism, of course, but we all need to have a realistic understanding of what the creator-audience relationship is really like. Expecting them to be morally flawless or purely in it just for the love of art is, I'm sorry to say, setting ourselves up for disappointment. Let's talk about Rossdraws. Two major issues here: his alleged use of AI and the way he handles volunteers at big conventions like Anime Expo. First off, AI holds a conversation in and of itself. I'll get into that later in the video. I'm really sorry to say this, and this is not an attack or a call-out video for Fen. I'm not trying to cancel Fen in any way. I just want to use this as a teaching moment. Artists and audience members for these big creators need to be smarter about the way we handle our own professional decisions. Ross allegedly didn't pay some of the people that work for him, but he did pay some others. That's wrong. I'm not gonna defend that or justify that. That is wrong. Ross is probably a multimillionaire, and I'm sure he can afford to pay all of his volunteers really well and still take a big profit at the end of the day. This is not me defending him by any means. At the same time, when you agree to work for someone, I don't care how big their presence is. I don't care how much clout they have. I don't even care if it's a big studio. You do not work for someone without a written contract. Ever. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much exposure or how much clout they promise you. I don't care what the networking opportunities are like. You never agree to work for someone without a written contract. Even if you're volunteering and you're okay volunteering, you need a written contract. We're all adults here, guys. Let's be smart about it. If you or they cannot be bothered to draft up a simple agreement outlining your responsibilities and compensation or lack thereof, you walk away. No exceptions. Should Ross have manipulated people? No, of course not. Should Ross, as a seasoned professional, even allowed this situation to get to where it's at? No, of course not. That's never acceptable. A creator that's as big as Ross should definitely know better. This is not me defending him by any means. But should Fen or anyone else else have known better than to accept unpaid work without a written agreement? Yes. We as an audience also need to be accountable. That means doing our own due diligence, getting everything in writing. I don't know Fen personally, obviously, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name in this video, but from what I gathered from the Google Doc, they are able to support themselves by working multiple jobs. So it doesn't seem like Ross somehow forced them or manipulated them into volunteering, but they only did it out of their own desires for exposure and networking, from what I can tell. Never, ever, ever work without a formal agreement. This should be a big learning moment for all of us. Onto the whole AI thing. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know why Ross and Josh and other big artists in the online community have been using AI. I really don't. This is the part where I am absolutely just baffled by some of these decisions. I won't pretend to know how much Ross and Josh make, but I really don't think they're starving artists. They seem to have established online presences, successful careers, and a loyal fan base. A fan base that is built on originality and authenticity way before AI even came into the picture. So why threaten your own credibility and use AI? If you are an artist working in a studio and you're under constant crunch, I understand being forced to use AI, either implicitly or explicitly. If you're a content creator, a lot of people will use text models like ChatGPT to aid certain parts of the creative process, like writing scripts, coming up with ideas. That's somewhat understandable since you are not taking the AI generated material and passing it off as your full original content. You're just using it as a jumping off point. But if you are an artist who has built their online empire through this veneer of authenticity and originality, why risk throwing it all away by using AI? It seems like you're cutting corners for no real benefit. And the whole appeal of this social media thing is being your own boss. No one's breathing down your neck and telling you to use AI or else you're fired. It just feels so unnecessary, and if any of you guys have a better explanation as to why they would even do that and risk jeopardizing their online presence, please let me know, because I am a little bit baffled by this.
Just a quick little plug. In addition to being a professional artist, I am also an ADHD coach. If you're an artist like me who also has ADHD and you struggle with things like being able to focus on your work, setting goals, getting your portfolio done, I have a 6-week ADHD coaching program that I've designed specifically for people like us. I have individual and group ADHD coaching sessions available. If you're interested in reserving your spot, or if you just want to know more about it, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Okay, back to the video.
This leads to my final point, which is that everything these online creators do is by design. This video that you're watching right now, I spent quite a bit of time setting up my lights, setting up my camera, setting up my mic, writing a script. I'm gonna spend several hours probably editing and designing a thumbnail for this video. Everything you see on your screen right now is by design. Everything is calculated, especially if it's a creator as big as Ross or Josh. It is very rare for things to happen by accident. Even when I'm just goofing off on Discord and talking to my mentees, I maintain a very strict air of professionality. I don't make things personal. I don't beat around the bush. I'm very clear about my expectations and my intentions with people. Everything is by design. That's just how content creation works. We are all on the internet competing for your time and your attention because that's how we make money. So when people put these online creators on a pedestal and certain controversies happen, the only thing that comes to mind for me is, are you really surprised? Everything YouTubers, especially artist YouTubers, do online is to maintain their brand. So whether it's the persona of like a friendly mentor or a starving artist or just that whole highly successful creative entrepreneur image, everything's by design. If we stop putting them on pedestals and if we see them for the business people that they are, and that includes me, by the way, the less disappointed we are when they fall off that pedestal. That is pretty much all I have. This video really is not about canceling anyone or calling anyone out. I have absolutely nothing personal against anyone mentioned in this video, and I really don't want people to start sending them hate comments because that's not what I'm here to do, and that's not cool. Let's all be professionals here. This video is just my attempt to remind people that we need to adjust our expectations. The creators we admire are just people, not some sort of artistic messiah. They make calculated business decisions 99% of the time, and 1% of the time they make mistakes. And they make choices that we don't agree with. It happens. So yes, we should be holding these creators accountable, but we should also be holding ourselves accountable. Get a written contract, read the fine print, don't let anyone take advantage of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!